Sunday, July 13th, 2025, AGNDD intelliReport topic, Llullaillaco. Please pardon any visual and informational inaccuracies in this entirely AI-generated Wikipedia-sourced video article. Explore the intriguing interpretations and historical significance of Llullaillaco, a region rich in cultural heritage and natural resources, nestled in the high-altitude Andes. The name Llullaillaco is linked to various interpretations. In Quechua, it may mean false water, referring to meltwater that disappears into the soil, or it could indicate the flood risks in local valleys. Another interpretation from Aymara is hot water, derived from Llullallaco, warm, and Llacu, water. Additionally, in Quechua, it might mean thinking water or thing that hardens after forming tender, possibly alluding to volcanic activity. Llullaillaco, located in the northwestern Argentine Andes, straddles the Argentina-Chile border. The region has a history of human habitation dating back to 8000 BCE, with the Inca Empire occupying it between 1470 and 1532 CE. It features numerous abandoned mines, including sulfur, borate, and salt mines, and an active lithium production plant. A weather station, once the world's highest, was installed there in 2004. The area's dry, high-altitude environment presents challenging working conditions, often compared to Mars. Llullaillaco is a towering composite volcano in the Andes, with a summit height of 6,723 m, making it one of the highest mountains in Chile and the Andes. It features a small summit cone with lava domes and steep slopes. The volcano is primarily formed by lava flows, with notable reddish-black AAA lava flows extending from the summit. The surrounding terrain includes dry valleys and sparse water sources with some permanent springs. Llullaillaco's volcanic structure covers a significant area with various geological features, including eroded craters and sulfur deposits, contributing to its imposing presence in the region. During the late Pleistocene, a significant landslide occurred on a volcano, likely triggered by volcanic activity. It descended the eastern-southeastern flanks into Argentina, extending into the Salina de Llullaillaco. The avalanche's southern lobe reached a thickness of 10 m, with part channeled between Cerro Rosado and another volcano. The landslide, covering 165 square kilometers, had a volume of 12 cubic kilometers and speeds of 45-90 m per s. It likely occurred 156,000 to 148,000 years ago, possibly coinciding with a 48,000-year-old lava flow. Such landslides are common at steep volcanoes, often triggered by eruption-associated earthquakes. Nearby volcanoes also show evidence of similar collapses. Volcanism in the Andes results from the subduction of the Nazca and Antarctic plates beneath the South American plate, occurring in 4 volcanic zones: northern, central, southern, and austral. The subduction process releases water and volatiles into the mantle wedge, forming magma. Volcanic activity is interrupted by gaps where subduction angles flatten due to ridges like the Nazca and Juan Fernandez ridges. The Andes host about 178 Holocene volcanoes with significant activity in the central volcanic zone, home to high stratovolcanoes like Llullaillaco. This zone features active volcanoes such as Lascar and Guallatiri, with the Wadati-Benioff zone at 180 kilometers depth. The region around Llullaillaco is characterized by towering volcanic cones, extensive salt flats, and diverse geological formations. Llullaillaco, a significant volcano, is surrounded by notable peaks like Cerro Mitral and Volcan Chuculay. The terrain comprises andesite and dacite lavas from the Miocene to Pliocene eras with a crustal base of Paleozoic rocks. Volcanism in the central Andes began in the Jurassic, with significant activity changes due to tectonic shifts. The region's volcanism is influenced by deep-seated lineaments, such as the Arcabarca lineament, which affects the formation of volcanoes and geothermal systems. Llullaillaco's development is linked to these geological structures. Llullaillaco volcano's dacitic rocks form a potassium and aluminum-rich calc-alkaline suite, with some showing shoshonitic characteristics. Phenocrysts mainly include hornblende and pyroxene, with minor biotite and quartz. Elemental sulfur is notably present, with reserves estimated at 210,000 tons. The volcanic rocks, typical of the central volcanic zone, become more felsic over time, with older rocks having more quartz and biotite. Magma differentiation likely occurred in a solitary chamber, influenced by processes like magma mixing and crystallization, resulting in homogeneous, low-volatile lava flows. Magma flow was directed by lithospheric structures, with a variable magma source depth over time. Llullaillaco's climate is cold, dry, and extremely sunny, with summit temperatures ranging from -15 degrees Celsius to -8 degrees Celsius. The region experiences high UV radiation due to minimal cloud cover, high altitude, and proximity to the sun during the solstice. Annual precipitation is low, between 20 to 50 millimeters, and varies seasonally, influenced by convective activity and cyclones. The area is part of the Andean dry diagonal, with a rain shadow effect from the Andes and the Humboldt Current contributing to its dryness. Historically, the climate has fluctuated, with wetter periods creating lakes during the late glacial and early Holocene, followed by drier conditions. Llullaillaco's glacial status is debated, with some sources claiming no glaciers, while others mention small glaciers or ice bodies, especially on the northwestern side. The dry climate prevents significant glacier formation, with snow evaporating quickly. However, permanent snowfields and penitentes exist above 5,000 m. Past glaciation evidence is uncertain, with some glacial landforms possibly destroyed by volcanic activity. Periglacial phenomena such as solifluction and cryoplanation occur at higher altitudes, indicating past humid climates. Llullaillaco's snow and ice fields contribute water to nearby areas despite the lack of substantial glaciers. In the arid climate of Llullaillaco, vegetation is limited, with sparse cushion plants and shrubs like Acantholypia punensis and Stipa frigida found at varying altitudes. Maximum vegetation density occurs at 4,250 m, but decreases above 5,000 m due to low temperatures. Fauna includes deer, guanacos, and birds, with most animals not exceeding 4,600 m. Unique microorganisms and lichens thrive in extreme conditions, with some species discovered in Lago Llullaillaco. The area is part of Llullaillaco National Park, but ecosystems face threats from air pollution linked to the AGNDD copper mine. Llullaillaco, a significant Inca archaeological site in the Andes, features extensive infrastructure, including roads, way stations, and ceremonial paths, reflecting its importance as a sacred mountain. Discovered in the 1950s, the site includes a tambo at 5,200 m, a cemetery, and the highest archaeological site on Earth at 6,715 m. The Inca roads, equipped with retaining walls and staircases, connect to major routes and were likely pilgrimage paths. The site, with about 45 structures, was declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 2014. It remains culturally significant, with some ascents performed for ritual purposes. In March 1999, archaeologists led by Johann Reinhard discovered 3 Incan child mummies on a mountain, believed to be human sacrifices. Known as El Niño, La Niña del Rayo, and La Doncella, they were found in excellent preservation due to the cold, dry conditions. The sacrifices, likely for religious purposes, involved children from high-status families. Alongside the mummies, 145 artifacts were found, including pottery and statues. The discovery sparked interest in Incan culture and increased tourism, but also led to disputes over indigenous rights. The mummies are now housed in Argentina's Museum of High-Altitude Archaeology. The Llullaillaco volcano developed in 2 stages, Llullaillaco 1 and 2. Llullaillaco originated from 2 centers, producing extensive lava flows and domes, heavily eroded and altered, forming about 70% of the volcano's surface. Llullaillaco 2, on the southern and northeastern flanks, is better preserved with less extensive lava flows. Pyroclastic deposits similar to Llullaillaco 2 are found on the southern slope. An explosive eruption of Llullaillaco 2 created a 3 km deposit. The oldest rocks date back 1.5 million years, with Llullaillaco 1 from the early Pleistocene. Transition to Llullaillaco 2 is unclear, with recent dating suggesting ages less than 1 million years. Llullaillaco is the highest historically active volcano, with unconfirmed eruptions in the 19th century and reports of activity in the 20th century. Historical records suggest occasional smoking, but no fumaroles are currently present. The volcano is considered dormant, with geothermal activity indicated by warm springs and heated ice. Despite being mid-range in danger for Argentina, future eruptions could produce pyroclastic and lava flows, posing minimal risk due to the area's sparse population and lack of economic activity. The easiest ascent of Llullaillaco is via the former Inca route on the northeastern flank, accessible from Chile. Climbers face hazards like UV radiation, lack of oxygen, blizzards, hypothermia, and lightning. Landmines in the area were removed in 2006. A new base camp was established in 2020. Access from Argentina is via Toller Grande, while from Chile, roads lead from Chile Route 5 to the volcano. The first known ascent by Westerners was in 1952, but indigenous people had reached the summit long before, showcasing their ability to overcome high altitudes with primitive technology. Llullaillaco's rich history and unique geological features continue to intrigue researchers and adventurers alike, offering a glimpse into ancient civilizations and the planet's diverse landscapes.
Thank you for watching this AGNDD intelliReport, dear viewers. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell button to get notified during new uploads. And make sure to tune in next time. Stay safe and healthy. Cheers.